Welcome to the Explainer. Every great team has a custom playbook, right? One that's designed to win. Well, today, we're going to do just that for your business. We're breaking down how to configure your SAP purchase order document types, turning that standard system into a strategic playbook that fits your needs perfectly. So, let's kick things off with a pretty big question. If your team has its own unique strategies, its own special plays, why would you run a generic out-of-the-box offense in your system? It just doesn't make sense. If your processes are tailored, your system should be too, right? First up, we really need to get a handle on the problem we're trying to solve here. We're going to look at why that standard, one-size-fits-all playbook, why it so often leads to fumbles and just incomplete passes in real-world business situations. Think about it this way. Standard settings are kind of like the basic drills every team learns in training camp. Sure, they're a great starting point, but they're built for everyone. And that means they aren't perfectly optimized for your specific team. Customizing them is the real key to running an efficient and, a truly effective procurement offense. Okay, let's move on to the actual tools in our business playbook and see how we can build out our custom process. It's time to meet the key players, the ones that are going to help us design and execute our winning strategy. So what's really fascinating here is how the document type acts as the absolute foundation. This is basically the name of the play you call in the huddle, something like standard PO or stock transport order. It dictates the entire flow of that transaction, from the snap all the way to the finish. And this part is absolutely crucial. The item category? That defines the role of each player on that specific play. Is this line item a running back meant for stock? Or maybe it's a wide receiver running a route for a service. It could even be a special teams player for subcontracting. This allows different items on the very same PO to have completely different assignments. And this is the crucial point. This is what links the action on the field directly to the front office. The account assignment category makes sure that the cost of the play gets charged to the right team's budget, whether that's the offense, the defense, or a really specific department's cost center. Here's a quick little reference to some of the standard codes you're going to see in the playbook. Think of these as the fundamental building blocks, your basic handoffs, routes, and blocking schemes. These are what we'll use to create our own custom plays. All right, enough with the chalkboard talk. Let's actually get on the field. Now for the practical part, we're going to walk through step by step how to build and execute a custom purchase order process. Here's our game plan. And listen, the most important rule in coaching and in configuration is you never ever modify the standard playbook directly. We always copy a standard play, and then we add our own variations to create something totally new. And this just perfectly illustrates that first move. We're in the playbook, we select the standard NB type, that's our basic handoff play, and we hit that copy icon, you can see it highlighted right here, to start designing our very own version. So what we're doing essentially is tearing a page out of the standard playbook, making a copy, and then drawing up our own version. We give this new play a unique name, in this case ZNBB. This makes sure there's zero confusion on the field. When we call ZNBB in the huddle, everyone knows exactly which custom play we're running. Okay, so after we save our new ZNBB type, the system confirms the play has been added to our playbook. But look closely at what that little information pop-up is telling us. This is where the magic really happens. Get this. With that one click, the system just copied 823 dependent entries and settings. That's like designing one new play and having the system automatically draw up every single possible formation and variation for you. It saves you potentially hours of manual coaching and configuration work. So now we add a non-negotiable rule to our play. We're going to make the storage location field mandatory. This is basically like forcing the quarterback to check for the blitz before every single snap. It enforces a critical business rule to prevent errors before they can even happen. And here it is, the direct result. The system now acts like a referee. If the user tries to proceed without entering that storage location, it just throws a flag, stops the whole process, and says, "Nope, enter store location." No excuses, no broken plays. And finally, we can see our custom PO, standard PO ZNB, has been created, and it has its own unique number. This gives our custom play its very own section in the team's official record book, which makes it completely separate from the standard plays for super clear and easy tracking. So what's the final score here? What does all this customization actually get you? Let's roll the highlight reel and recap the key takeaways from this whole game-winning process. And this is why it all matters. By taking control of these configurations, you're not just changing a few settings, you're building a smarter, more robust, and way more efficient procurement offense. What you get is fewer fumbles, more completed passes, and a process that consistently drives your team down the field. So this explainer has given you the playbook, and it's shown you how to design a winning strategy. Now you need to think about your team's unique needs. The ball's in your court. What custom play are you going to build first to score a touchdown for your business?